Today we're going to be starting our dust bunnies, and we're going to start by making a symmetrical body. And we're going to do that by folding our paper in half. And you can fold it in half either way. If you want to have a wide, short, fuzzy bunny, you would do it horizontally. If you want a taller fuzzy bunny, you would do it vertically. So I'm going to go and fold my paper in half vertically. So when it's folded, it's going to look kind of thin. And it's important when you are doing this that you know where your fold is. I recommend that you put your fold on the right-hand side of the paper, so as you are drawing, you're kind of imagining the letter C. You're going to go around the edges, and you're not drawing anything on the fold itself. And when you do your fuzzy bunny, you want to think about making either a zigzag line or a curvy line. And if you want to have some ears in your bunny, your dust bunny, you're going to want to start maybe with that. And I'm going to do a curve example for an ear here, like this. And then as I continue, I'm going to sort of make humps. And I want these humps to represent the fur on my fuzzy bunny. So I just go from one edge, imagine the letter C, and stop on the other edge. I do not draw anything along this fold. And now I'm ready to cut. So I'm going to curve in and cut out my shapes. This does take a little bit of time. If you have really detailed or pointy edges, you might find it a little bit easier to just cut, sort of bubble cut around those shapes, and then come back and get those smaller parts when you have less to work with. I was getting close to the edge, so I decided to cut the edge off to make it a little bit easier. So here it's a pretty sharp point. So instead of trying to turn my paper, I can just go back over here and cut that triangle in, and then I can pick up where I left off over here. So stopping and then coming over to cut this part off. This does make smaller little pieces, but we don't really need these anyway. So if it's easier for you to cut like that, you may want to do that. Now I'm going to pick up where I stopped, and then I have my thing finished. So when I open this up, I'm going to have the same thing on both sides. So now I'm ready to decorate. Today I'm going to start with my eyes and my mouth. So in order to make eyes, I'm going to take a piece of paper and fold it in half. And then if you wanted to, you could draw out a circle. And I want my eyes to be kind of big and ovally. So I'm filling up most of the paper. And then what I'm going to do is cut while the paper is folded. I'm going to cut on those lines. All the way around. And now I have two. I only had to cut one, but now I have two. It's important if you are drawing that you keep track of where your lines are, because we want to put our glue on that side, so when we put our eyes down, we don't see those pencil marks. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut a portion of this, just a strip. I'm going to fold this in half. And then I'm going to draw a smaller circle for inside my eyes. Again, the paper is folded. I'm going to be cutting on the lines. And when I cut once, I'm going to get two shapes for both of my eyes. And when we cut circles, remember it's important to turn as you cut. So now I have my eyes. Now I want to think about a mouth shape. Do I want my fuzzy bunny to be happy or sad? I want to have a happy one. So I'm going to actually fold my paper in half again so that my mouth is symmetrical. And I want it to curve up. I want to actually have it curve around. And kind of down. And when I open it up, it's like a big happy smile. And finally, I want to add some teeth. Again, I'm going to take my white paper. I'm just going to cut some strips. And you can decide if you want to have big teeth or little teeth. I'm thinking I'm going to have two nice, long, skinny teeth coming down. You could do more if you wanted to, or you could do triangle shapes, any of those things. So now I'm ready to glue. All right, so I have all my pieces sort of laid out, and now it's time for me to glue. When we glue, we start at the back and we work our way to the front. I'm going to turn these over just to make sure that I don't have any pencil lines. And when we use this glue bottle, remember you have to push this down onto the paper, and once this is pushed down, then the glue will come out when you squeeze. So I'm going to push down and squeeze, dot, dot, not a lot. And these small shapes, I only need about 4 dots. Now I'm going to do my very best to try to line these up so they are equal distance, so that we have the same thing on both sides. I am checking to see if I can see any pencil lines. Oh, there's the pencil line. I want to make sure that I put the glue on that pencil line side, and this dot is pretty small, so I'm just going to put one glue dot down, flip it over, and put it in the middle. Same thing over here, pick it up, flip it over, and push it down. And now it's time for my mouth. Now because I folded this in half, that makes it a little bit easier for me to know where to line it up, because there's a line here and there's a line in my body. So I'm going to glue, dot, dot, not a lot. I'm going around the outside edge. It's not important that you get it in the middle, but you do want to have it around the outside edge. And here's my mouth. I am leaving a little bit of space for a nose, because you are required to put a nose in. And I'm going to put 2 little dots on my teeth. Hardly any glue at all, because I don't want any oozy goozies. I pick this up and flip it over and put my teeth in my mouth. And now I'm ready for the final details using complementary colors.